What is going on, guys? We got the Turtle just chilling in the garage as always, and it's bored. So we haven't done anything with the car in like 2 weeks now. We are getting ready to go to Atlanta for Street Car Takeover this weekend. So I have a few things left to do on the car. As you guys seen in previous videos, we just did new coilovers. I put the expansion tank. Now I still have to mount it to the firewall. I haven't done that yet. However, I did end up making the hoses. So you got this line right here that comes all the way around into that 150-degree fitting right there. So that's on there. I just gotta snuggle up the fittings. This guy goes to the box, goes along the frame rail right there, and bada bing. And I have it all heat wrapped. So, and it's out of the way of the spark plugs. It's kind of a little bit higher, so it should be all right there. I just have to run to Ace and grab the spacers and the bolts for that still. So other than that, engine wise, I'm pretty set. Now, as far as suspension wise, we put the coilovers in. The car is way too high. I adjusted it down once, and I do want to come down just a smidge. Now this is absolutely perfect. I am perfectly content with the front right now on that side. The rears I'm still on the fence about. The problem is we just added another 2 inches worth of squat to the car. And before, when the car squatted, it hit the tire on the inner fender well. So, like, I almost kind of want to keep the back of the car pretty high, just to see the changes in driving. But I don't know. Aesthetically, I'm not really a fan of how much wheel gap I have right here. But I mean, unfortunately, at this point, it's all function. And then going to the other side of the car, the right side sits up a little bit higher, I guess. So I have just a smidge more on this side. And then on the front over here, I have just a smidge more. So like right now, I can comfortably fit 2 fingers, versus on the other side, it's pretty tight. So I'm gonna lower the front down just a little bit. I'm gonna lower this side down just a little bit, just to match the other side. And I think we're gonna call it good there. So that's one of the, one thing I've got left to do. I also have to chop off the tranny fluid, which sucks because I gotta pull the dashboard out to do that. So that won't be right now. I'm just kind of situating things. I'm actually about to go to work. I did slack on posting a video again. I apologize about that. So I had to whip up the yesterday's edit just to have up. But anyhow, so what I'm doing right now actually is I'm getting my truck situated, which kind of sucks because I just woke up with a flat tire in the back of my truck. So I have to deal with my ugly spare. And whatever's in the tire, it looks pretty big. So I really don't even think I can get it repaired, I hope. I really don't want to buy another tire. That sucks. So right now, I'm actually about to take my fuel jugs, put them in the Colorado. And on my way home from work tonight, I'm going to be getting, I'll be filling the car up with Pure Power E85, which is basically like, from my understanding, it was supposed to be like race quality ethanol from a pump. Honestly, I don't really care. Like, I ran the car on 1 ethanol in Texas. I think that's too much fuel for the car. Like, as far as like, it's not that much of a race car, to be honest. And the fuel price kind of deters me. 1 ethanol S is like 60 bucks for 5 gallons versus me going to this pump tonight. It's like $3 a gallon. So it's a lot more pleasing. But also, like I said, like, I'm not pushing the car that hard as far as timing and boost to have to run certain fuels yet. Like, the car on even pump ethanol would be great. Only reason why I'm going to the specific pump is I know it tests between 85 and 90% ethanol. And I mean, what more could you ask for? So I'm gonna go actually dump the rest of the fuel in my dad's Silverado, since his Silverado has a flex fuel sensor. So it doesn't care about the bad quality ethanol. And then I'm gonna fill up 20 gallons for my car. And yeah, so I'm actually gonna go swing by the trailer real quick. I did some cool changes. I'm gonna show you guys. I do want to go over like one day about the big trailer update, because I have a lot of people, oddly enough, that ask me for, you know, what all did you do to your trailer and this and that. And the crazy part is like, I don't want to say I'm a trailer enthusiast, but at the same time, it's like, it's really cool seeing how other people have their race trailers set up, because you get ideas and whatnot. So I do want to make a full video about that. I might do that while we're in Atlanta, while we have some downtime, just because the full awning will be out and you'll be able to see the full experience about the trailer. So anyway, off to the trailer we go. Alrighty, so now the cool part is about the trailer, it also kind of acts as a storage shed. So I do put stuff in here while the car is in the house at home. So anyway, so I added a small set of E-track here, So when I be traveling, I will put a few of the fuel cans right here, which would be great. Over here, I used to have 2 chairs, tent, and all these chairs. They were actually ratchet strapped against the wall. I'm gonna put a photo right here. And I actually said, well, I don't need these 2 chairs every time I go to the track. Now, if Dad comes, I will gladly bring one of them because those are what he likes to sit in. But most of the time, it's small trips and we don't need them. So I picked up this cool like chair organizer from Platinum Products. So now, if you ever want to grab a chair, you literally just, you grab a chair out, and when you're done, you put it back in, and that's that. Like, it doesn't need to be secured. And instead of me fidgeting with a ratchet strap every time, this just makes life easier. So 3 chairs is enough for me, Juan, and Jeff for Atlanta. And then, like I said, I have the tent now, but it's got its own strap, so it ain't going nowhere. So I'm cool with that. And then one of the other things I just did is the spare tire used to be down here. It's actually up on the wall now, which still kind of freaks me out. So I'm probably going to run a strap just from the roof support down, just when we're in transport, because if that thing falls in the car, I'd be so upset. But I got this cool floor jack storage pouch. So the floor jack will actually sit in this vertically, and then you put the pole right here off to the side, like there, yeah. And then that way, because before I had the floor jack kind of up in the front, and it always sat in the ground, we had to strap it in. But I wanted the trailer, like I wanted to buy the trailer its own floor jack. So now, if we ever get a flat on the trailer or the truck or anything, all we gotta do is drop the door, and we have the jack and the tire right there in arm's reach, and the car won't be in the way. Because the front of the car sits about where I'm standing now. So I mean, there's a good foot and a half in front of the car. So those are like small quality of life updates for the trailer. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's making everything easier. And Harbor Freight finally released the wireless winch controller for my particular winch. So I finally have a wireless controller. That's been like the most annoying thing, is my winch controller now is corded. So I could only go like halfway through the trailer. And if I had to steer the car pulling it back in, I'd have to drop the controller, go steer it, go back. Like I'm being a baby, but it'll just save a lot of walking. So anyway, so like I said, we'll do a full overview of the trailer coming soon. It's just small updates I'm happy about. So now we're off to Ace Hardware, and then I'm off to work, and I will catch you guys later on when we're getting gas. Well, so here we have it. We just filled up 20 gallons, and 20 gallons is only 60 bucks. That's actually not bad for some race gas, I will say. Time to load up the fuel and go back home. Well, here we are the next day. The cooling system is complete. Just bled it. You know, like I said, we got the hoses connected. This is bolted up. I ended up doing it myself. I had to wiggle a wrench in there somehow, but so the steam port connects to the top. The lower hose connects up to this box with the bleeder. I bled it. Just water came out the last time I bled it. And then right now it's probably full to about, let's say here. So it's got just enough water in it to where it keeps it topped off. You know, it doesn't take any away from this box. So I mean, in theory, everything should work. I just got it up to operating temperature. It was at 203 degrees, and the water was perfectly fine, no blowing out or nothing. So I know right now it's cool, there's no pressure in it, it's at like 110 degrees. So I know the water level being down where it's at now, I should have no problems. So I think we are all set to go for the cooling system. I will admit, it is getting pretty freaking hot, more than I would like at idle. It seemed to settle about 203, 204 degrees, which I kind of wish would be a little bit lower. So I guess we're gonna chance it. We're gonna do the Street Car Takeover drive. I know the last time I drove the car, it just seemed to idle around 200 and drive on the highway about $190. So I'm hoping it will do the same when we get up there. I don't know. either way, I mean, worst comes to worst, we'll just I'll fail the street cruise and then we'll still end up running a different class anyway. I don't know, but I have a feeling we'll end up swapping radiators to get ready for drag week, unfortunately, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I did find one of the guys I follow on Instagram V8 Miata as well, but he's got like a massive core that's actually pretty inexpensive. And I know my buddy Thomas has been telling me that he just switched over to twin race 10-inch fans from Mishimoto, and so far he's had good success with it. So if this doesn't work out, that'll be plan B, which if depending on how the Street Car Takeover cruise goes. But now that the car is back together running, I do still have to top off the training fluid before we leave to go to Atlanta, or I'm just going to do it in Atlanta since I'll have Juan and Jeff helping me. I did buy my future drag week build, so this will be the start of the new build. It'll be a 40-inch by 48-inch trailer, and that'll be a build that I want to do. We're basically going to turn a small open trailer into an enclosed trailer, and it will have matching wheels on it. So that axle it comes with is 4x100, which is great. So the car and the trailer will have matching wheels. So basically, once I get back from Street Car Takeover Atlanta, I personally don't have anything else in my mind I want to do to the car. The cooling system was one of the things. I take that back. We do still need to change the crossover. So the crossover coming off the header is too close to the balancer. So actually, fingers crossed on the cruise for Street Car Takeover, we won't shred a belt. That's a big worry of mine. I do actually have 4 spare belts in the trailer, but besides that crossover, there's nothing else I can think I want to change on the car anytime soon. So my plan is to put the trailer together, build it how I want, and actually just start pulling it around and getting acclimated with towing with this car, and also just getting prepared more for drag week. So the car's sound. I mean, the engine combination, the turbo, transmission setup, everything has been rock solid. And honestly, the car has exceeded my expectations. I am curious to see how the new coilovers do in Atlanta, but we won't know until we make a pass. As much as I hate to admit, this is the final ride height. This will be the wheel gap in the front, and I am choosing to stay like this in the rear for now. I do want to have, you know, Juan, when we go to Atlanta, I'm going to have Juan focus straight at the wheel on acceleration, because I want to know what the wheel does. We can always lower it down when we get to Atlanta. I just want to have more room to have the car squat, and also with tongue weight of the trailer, it would probably be beneficial to have the car up in the rear just a little bit anyway. So anywho, this will be it for me. Next video to expect, we'll be packing the trailer and getting ready to go to Atlanta. So whew, I'm excited. I miss this girl. It's been what, 3 weeks since I've driven it, so it's definitely more enjoyable now having the car. I would say it's 90% ironed out. That's just it's kind of a high, I have maybe 85%. But I mean, honestly, the car's been very reliable, and it's just it's happy to live life racing. So anyway, I will catch you guys in the next upload. Thanks for watching.